Hello, you guys. This is going to be a general collective energy reading for the divine masculine. Okay, so um, this is current energies and things that are going on in the now and in the immediate future. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get into the reading. Okay. All right. So what is the energy that is unrevealed to you? What is unrevealed to you, the viewer? Um, as the divine feminine. So I don't really like using these terms, but divine feminine, it could represent a male as well who identifies with feminine energy, okay? Or someone who is in the pursuit of another person who's watching this video. You may resonate with this as this person, okay? So what is unrevealed to you or unknown to you at this time, as far as where the masculine is? I have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so with this, I got that what you're unaware is that they're working on something, and I feel like you guys are already aware that they're working. You know what they're doing with their most of their time. I feel like you know that they're busy with work, in some way, or that maybe even things have gotten better in the work area or situation for them, their career. Maybe you've witnessed a change in career status, or they look as though they're doing better financially in some way. Like you have caught wind of that. I feel like this is something you don't, obviously this is unrevealed to you. So this, you don't know that they're working on something. And that they have heavily been working on themselves, because the 8, for me, that's the number of karma. Okay. They're working on something within themselves, but also with this connection, I feel like they're working very, very hard with this. I want to see if I can channel anything from this card. I feel like they're working on how they're I hate like I despise like people telling you that somebody's gonna come to you and they're doing this or that, but that's the message I'm getting. It's very strong. I've been getting it in a lot of different readings, and even just within myself, there's something that I'm feeling. I really, really, truly believe that whoever it is that you label as your divine masculine, okay, some of you could have had multiple divine masculines. There's not just one. I don't believe that there's just one that you've encountered. There's a reason for it. I don't want to get too confusing, but whoever it is that you're thinking about, this person is working very intensely on how they're going to approach you or approach the situation. They're very focused on this one pentacle, okay? They hung up all the other pentacles. I feel like this is other people, other men, other women. They've put up like all these pentacles up in the background and not focused on them. They might even dropped a pentacle that they might have been juggling, like the Two of Pentacles. They might have been juggling you and somebody else. I feel like they dropped their attention off from this person. They're not focused on them right now. They're very focused on you, trying to work on this connection and see what they can make of this. What can I do? Like, how can I manifest here? Okay, I really feel like that. So this is something that you're not aware of, obviously, okay? So I feel like they only want you for some reason, and I get, because I pulled some cards just to see where you were at. This is all about them, though. But when I pulled a card to see where you're at, I got the Eight of Cups and the Temperance. So I feel like for you, you're detaching emotionally from this person. Like, the love is still there. That's always going to be there. That's never going to die. But I truly believe that your energy is like, I deserve much more. I'm graduating. I'm moving on. I'm leaving this situation behind. So it's so funny, because it's like, it's a 360. Like, it's like that game. You know how it is. When you move on, you leave an ex, you move on, you're doing better for yourself. You're looking good. You might even have somebody else. and then they always want to come back or come around and, oh, you look good and all this stuff. I feel like that's that energy. Like, they're like, I don't want nobody else. Like, it took all of that to see that. You know what I mean? Okay. All right, so what is it that's going against the situation? So this is like opposing energies or negative actions involved. I have the Four of Wands. Okay, so I feel like the negative influence may be with some sort of family structure. For some of them, it is a marriage that they're in, and they're unhappy with this marriage. And I feel like it could have a negative impact on the connection as far as they're concerned, as far as their action and movement goes. They're not able to really move in the way that they want to because of this family dynamic. Now, this could also be that they have children that may necessarily not want this to happen. Okay, these could be adult children, teenage children, or small children that don't want their parents to move on, doesn't want them to have someone else. If they're in a relationship with the child's mother or father, you know, the kids could play a role as far as, you know, I can't leave because of my kids type of thing, or the kids would be sad if we divorced or we broke up type of thing. It could also be that their most prized and cherished relationships, like friends and family, could also know about this situation, or they're afraid of what they might think. So they play a negative influence because it's kind of like they are very important to this person. I feel like family is very important. So their opinion matters to this person. So that's the negative influence here. And as far as their movement, their action towards you, this has a negative impact on that also, this Four of Wands. So that's going to be a tough thing for them, I feel, to move past this. And I'll get to that. There's something else that I looked at as well that makes this even more valid, that it's going to be hard for them to get away from this energy of caring about what their family and friends think, what their peers think of them, what would my children say, what would they feel, what would this other individual that I married or in a relationship with thinks. Even though they're unhappy in the situation, they're still considering all of that. And that makes sense, you know, of course. Yeah, I just get that there's a lack of communication in their household. Like, there's a lack of passion, a lack of communication. You know, no one's really interacting with each other. It's kind of like a routine situation. And they may even feel like that with their friends and family. Like, the passion's not there anymore. They can't really talk to, you know, their friends or family. Like, they just don't get them right now. And it's just like they feel very alone in these situations. That they're very structured. They're all that they know. They're very grounded in this place where they're at. I get that this is like fourth house energy. So this is like the home and the comfort type of thing. So that's what I'm getting with that. Okay, so what is like the fundamentals of this situation? Okay, so this is present energy. So they have the Hangman. There's been some heavy shifting of perception with the Hangman. You know, he represents changing of perceptions or needing to change your perception. I feel like Spirit kind of put them in the space of seclusion and stagnation a little bit. Like, their love life may have stalled for a reason, or things between you may have stalled for a reason, or could have been at a time of separation where you guys were just not in contact with each other. You know, you guys went on about your way. That this occurred recently, I feel. This is what's going on now. Even this person has shifted the way that they look at the connection. It's kind of like a light bulb went off. Their crown chakra is lit up. It's like this yellow light around their crown chakra. I feel like a light bulb has went off in their head, in their minds. Some sort of perception or something just clicked for them, I feel, as they took a step back and really looked at the situation from a different angle. Maybe looked at it from your perspective. Like, how why were they doing this? Why were they saying this? Why did they feel this? You know, and thinking about things that maybe they felt at the time and looking at it differently and trying to put two and two together or trying to make sense of it. And I feel like something has clicked. Okay. And they're keeping all of this a secret from you and from their family, I feel, or people that's close to them, obviously, because I feel like whatever they've come to a conclusion about, people are not going to be so happy about it. They're not going to be accepting of it. Okay. Especially those that they respect in their lives. They feel like this is not going to go well with these people, because it's like they might have came to a conclusion about who they are as a person, and it's not who they thought they were. They're not who they thought they were, and their beliefs are different. You know, they've come to a conclusion that I don't really resonate with that person that I say I am or thought I was, or who people believe me to be or want me to be. I'm not that. So they're afraid that there's going to be some sort of judgment that comes with this. You know, kind of feeling like helpless in this situation, even though they feel like they got it. They got this clarity, this epiphany. It's kind of like they really just feel helpless in this because they're afraid of what people might say or think about them. Family matters. Friends matter to them. People that are very close to them matter. I don't get that they care about the opinions of the outside world, like just random people. I feel like those that are very close to them, those that they respect and love, their opinion matters. So they're kind of like got their hands tied. They're kind of afraid and feel like there's nothing that they can do. You know, I can't move forward in this way, if that makes sense. So this is something in the past that may have transpired already. This is something that has transpired, actually. This is something that's transpired or something that has been forgotten by the masculine. So we have the Ace of Wands. I feel like what has transpired in the past is it may have been some inspired action on your end to make contact or communication. Maybe you made some sort of offer, okay? Could have been flirted, like a flirty message. It could have been like a sexual undertone to your message, or a sexual offer, or some sort of offer where there's physical activity involved. Like, hey, I was wondering if you wanted to go out with me and my friends to this party, or if you wanted to go to this, go to the beach. Did you want to go to the park? Did you want to meet up? Did you want to play basketball? Whatever, something like that. And I feel like maybe they turned it down, or maybe they just didn't see the offer on the table for what it was, you know. I kind of feel like they were distracted, or they had their hands tied where they feel like they couldn't take the offer. They couldn't take up the offer. Maybe there was a lot of work. I feel like maybe they were really busy with work. And also they had in the back of their mind, you know, other people involved, like their friends or family, or maybe a spouse, maybe a boyfriend or girlfriend was involved. So they really could not take up that offer with you. And I feel like they wanted to, but it's like they felt like pretty stuck. Okay. But I feel like they've gotten over that. They forgot about this. This is something that has already occurred. I don't feel like they looked at it as a big deal. Not that they didn't care what you felt. It's not that. I feel like they just didn't see it as that. They might even have felt that it was just a spontaneous offer, that it was just something you just thought of. It wasn't well planned, or it wasn't something that you really contemplated and had to take a breather before you asked them, because I feel like it was serious for you, but they didn't see it that way. So this is something that they've already forgotten about. It's already happened. Okay. So what's heavily going on in their mind right now? What's weighing real heavy on the divine masculine's part? They have the Page of Pentacles. They really want to offer something to you. They're very focused on you. They feel like they've got something that they can move with. They really want to offer you something, even though their hands are tied up and they feel like, I can't be real. I can't put myself out there in the way that I want to, because I don't want to be judged. And they might even fear that you might judge them or turn down their offer. But this person definitely is contemplating. With the Page of Pentacles, he's a slow. His offers are they're very practical, very grounded, very something stable, like jobs, a job offer, a school, like starting school, a scholarship, areas of study. They're very practical, but they may take some time to come through. They're not just any old offers, like on the whim, like, hey, you want to go to Dave and Buster's or something. It's not nothing like that. It's, you know, we have this job for you. This job starts this date. It consists of this. You got to pass the drug test. You got to do this. You got to do that. So these are very grounded, stable, practical offers too. But I feel like there's a lot of patience and molding and nurturing that goes along with this. And I feel like they're working very intensely. You're just not aware that this is something that they've been contemplating for a while, have been working on for a while. So this is weighing heavy on their mind. They really want to make some sort of offer. And they want to go about it in a down-to-earth way. They don't want to be too out there. They don't want to come across as too romantic, too pushy, maybe even not too friendly. They may want to come to you with an offer of, like, for some of you, because I get this all the time, and I know a couple of readers have gotten this, and I've heard this like a year or two ago, that some masculines will approach the feminine, especially if they're intuitives and they work in like businesses like this, working with tarot cards, healing sessions, meditation, like spirituality, and maybe even other things. You could be a fashion designer, you could be an artist in some way, you could draw paintings, you could be a jewelry designer. They want to come to you for some sort of services and give you money. And I feel like that's what they're thinking about. Like, should I pay them like for their service just to kind of get myself in the door? Something where it's like your guard is down, like you don't have no choice but to be like, you know, this is my business. I got to just do what I got to do. I don't care if I know this person, you know, or you might not even know who this person is for some of you. That's possible as well. Like your divine masculine may not even be somebody that you know yet or know much about, at least. But it's like, I'm about my money and I'm about my business. I'm going to be professional and I'm just going to offer, you know, I'm going to take this person's offer and their services and do my job. Could be that. I'm seeing that some of you guys work in like a store or something, like a jewelry store, a clothing store, like a boutique, or you work with flowers or something. Some of you work at a restaurant and this person, or a bar or something. It's like some sort of table I'm seeing. And it's like, you kind of roll your eyes like, what are they doing here? But it's like, I got to just do my job. Because you don't want to be unprofessional and just like, I'm not serving this person. I'm not helping this person. So they might try to come at you in that angle. And they're really thinking about it, I feel. Okay. So, what does the immediate future hold? Okay. You have the world. So the immediate future, I feel like there's definitely... the cycle is changing. Things are turning around. This is almost like the wheel energy too, and the Tower card all in one. That's the vibes I pick up from this card. It's going to be a heavy change for you air signs, or if your masculine is an air sign, it's going to be a major shift when it comes to that. And also for possible air signs, Taurus and Capricorn, I feel, and Leos, this energy is going to hit you especially, or if your divine partner has those signs, their sun, moon, or rising, or Venus signs, I definitely feel that things are coming to a close and to an end in your lives. You guys are coming to a space where if it's not real, if it's not authentic to me, if it doesn't work for me, I'm letting it go, I'm releasing it. Because I deserve so much more. I deserve something higher and greater and better. And you know that this has been a long journey, a long cycle in your life. You've gone through so much and you've learned so many lessons. I feel like you're draped in wisdom. You got so much wisdom. You trust in your intuition more than you ever have before. Like, you just know that you know. This person may even be at a point where they believe in themselves to a strong degree, like in a way that they haven't before either. They just strongly trust in their intuition and their guidance, and they want to step out and be themselves. So I feel like this person is going to choose themselves and be authentic to who they are and what they want. And if they decide to choose this and go towards you, it's because it's what they really want for themselves. So I feel like there's definitely some things that are subject to change. And Spirit is bringing about these changes and these endings of cycles and conclusions, and things are going to be revealed at this time to a lot of you. Around Christmas, I feel like this cycle definitely is going to complete itself. Around the holiday season, I really feel that. Okay. So what are the fears that they have? Okay, any doubts that they have in their mind right now? They have the Four of Cups. I feel like they're afraid of rejection, and it would hurt them. I feel, I feel like it would be a disappointment if this offer that you give them, because I feel like it would come from a pure place. Even though they feel like they got to strategize, I feel like that's just, an idea that came to them. It was an inspired idea or action that they got from Spirit to go about the way, which way they want to approach you. I feel like it was divinely inspired, even though it might seem a little calculating to you. I feel like it is pure in essence. But I feel like they're afraid that you're going to reject them, that you're not going to take up this offer. And it's like, well, why did I feel like my intuition was telling me to do that if it was just going to end this way? So that's a big fear that they're holding on to, that you're going to reject them, that you don't want to hear what they have to say, that maybe the plans won't work out in their favor or something, like something just going to get in the way of this offer. And it's kind of like, well, maybe I should have just stayed with so-and-so, or maybe I should have just focused on these other women or these other men. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, or maybe I should have approached them differently. So it's kind of like a lot of regret and overthinking and overanalyzing and feeling a little butthurt is what they fear. Okay, so what are the influences over the masculine? So this can be like companions, co-workers, friends, relatives, and other acquaintances, and maybe just public opinion. They have the Emperor. So the influences, the results from these influences, I feel like it kind of makes them feel powerless. Like they give these people so much power that they don't feel like they can step out, because they're so afraid of the people that matter to them the most. And it could be family, because the Emperor is a father figure. So for some, it could be that they're this is what is like their influences is it comes from like their father. It could come from the fact that they are fathers for some of them, or their children's father plays a big role in them feeling powerless, and that they can't be who they are, and they can't take back control of their life and just be the governor of their life. They feel like they've given that power up, and I feel like they have given that power up to somebody else to focus on how they're going to be judged by others with the Hangman, by just being themselves and thinking for themselves. Okay, so yeah, definitely. And this could be someone's husband as well, if they're married, or a committed partner, someone that they've been with for a long time. If this is a feminine, energy, they could believe that there's some other masculine energy that is their divine masculine, and they're giving all their power away to them. Or they have thought this about somebody else, and it's like this is preventing them from moving forward. Okay. All right, so what is their ambitions right now? What is it that they really want or desire, wish and expect and hope in this situation? They have the Ace of Swords. I feel like they're really desiring more clarity about how to approach you and how to communicate to you authentically. They want to clarify with Spirit, or they might be praying, or they might just be asking themselves if they're on the right track. if they're on the right track with you, and within themselves, am I making the right decision? Is this really my intuition? Can I really trust this guidance? Also, I'm just getting like this is geared towards communication with the Ace of Swords, obviously. And it's right underneath the Ace of Wands. So this is like inspiration. Very divine and inspired action to communicate. They feel like this is what they're really hoping and expecting will happen, is like that, some straightforward communication, and maybe even swift communication, like successful communication, like whoever decides to approach one another, they just want it to be successful, whether it's you, whether it's them, that there will be some sort of victory and success in communication, ultimate clarity that comes, truth being spilled, everybody being honest and authentic, everybody on the same accord and understanding. The desires, wants, and needs are the same in some degree, I feel, is what they're expecting, desiring, hoping, and wishing for. Okay, so last but not least, this is going to be what the conclusion is of this energy. We have the Ten of Wands. They're going to continue to work very hard. They may be doing too much. I feel like they're way too focused on this situation. Sorry about that. They're way too focused on the situation, working way too hard, pushing through. And it could be because they feel like you're going to just be done with them, or you are done, or it might be too late to get through to you, because to them it's like you've moved on completely. Like you're fine just all alone on your own by yourself, doing you, because you got the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like they're seeing you as this person that's just confident in where they are as a person. They've seen you evolve, almost like they see you become your own person, because they might have known you to be someone who might have been very dependent on others, dependent on them, seeking validation, unsure of yourself, still finding out who you are and what you want to be. And they see you as someone who's more in tune with who she is or who he is. You know, you're in tune within yourself. You got some good things going on for you, they feel. They might even perceive that you're thriving financially, home-wise. They might believe that you have a lot of other options that are more valuable than them. Like there's, you know, better people out there, more deserving of them. So they're working overtime to get to you, is really what I'm feeling. Okay, so what is the advice for you within this situation? What is the advice for you with them? Like, what is your advice? No, we can't take all that now, Spirit. We only, just give me one card, please. You can't take all these cards. Okay, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So you definitely you guys really need to forgive these people, okay? Because I feel like you're holding grudges and resentment towards them, and you guys might have see some reflections of your fathers and these people, in some sort of way. Like you guys are picking up some sort of family characteristics in these other people, things about your father or your parents that you did not like. Those abandonment issues, never feeling good enough for your parents, you know, strict or tough love, abuse, cheating, manipulation, molestation. It's like all of these energies, like this person triggers a lot of things that you need to heal within your family dynamics and with your parents. So I definitely feel like there's some inner child wounds that need to be addressed, and the solar eclipse is good for bringing up things towards the surface, especially the Mercury retrograde. You really need to address these things. Don't let them go unnoticed, because I feel like right now is a perfect time to transmute these energies and get rid of them. It's not going to be easy, especially if you've gone through some very deep wounds, abuse, and things like that. It's not going to be easy. But I feel like you need to at least forgive yourself and work towards forgiving those other people. And this person, they don't deserve, you know, the weight of those energies, that trauma and that karma that you experience with your parents. They don't deserve to carry that baggage, you know, and they might feel like that here with the Ten of Wands, like they carry this energy with them. And I feel like there is a sense of duty and a sense of guilt that they feel from this situation, because they might be aware of the unhealthy patterns in your home life as a child, your family dynamics, your parents. They may be aware that you were abused, that your parents were on drugs, or one of your parents was a cheater, they went through divorce, or you know, there was physical abuse, there was, you know, some sort of molestation going on in the home, children outside of the home that were, you know, with other women or other men, a lot of crazy stuff, I feel. And this person just kind of feels bad, and they don't want to carry that baggage or that weight of being that person. So they kind of want to show out and stand up and be someone else. Like they want to be that person for you and for themselves, really. I feel like it's kind of like a subtle energy. Spirit plays games with us sometimes. Like they use other people as catalysts to get us to where we're meant to be, as like a help. Like they're almost like our spirit guides. They help us. And I feel like for you, or you to them, it's like you represent to them on a higher level someone that helps them and pushes them out to be their authentic self and to really let go of what no longer serves them, because they really desire to be themselves. They really desire to just stand on their own 2 feet, be completely authentic and in their beliefs, because these beliefs just weren't something that just appeared by magic. These were something that were already within them that they needed to see. They needed to stop and take a look and look at it from a different angle. And then the enlightenment came, like, wow, this is who I really am, and this is what I really want, and this is what I really believe in. But I have the influence of all these people around me that tell me otherwise, that want otherwise for me, you know, and that's a hard thing to do. But I feel like they want to be in their truth and in their power, their authentic self. The Emperor represents Aries, which represents the I amness, the first house of self, you know, identification and who you are and who you express yourself, how you express yourself, and who you project yourself or believe yourself to be. As a person, as an individual, this is that oneness energy. I feel like that's what they really desire. And I feel like you're just a catalyst to help them, push them in this, at least in this very energy. That's what role you play for them. Okay. So kind of like using you as that bullseye, that target to get them to that goal, if that makes sense. So, that's what I'm getting with this current energy. I hope you guys resonated with this and this brought you some clarity and insight as well. And maybe you found it entertaining. So, yeah, as always, you guys, I'm sending you much love. If you're interested in your own personal readings, I have various readings, love energy readings as well. On my website, I'll leave the link below to that. And for any twin flame or soulmate readings, if you're interested, I'll also leave the link below to that product as well to book a reading with me. Until the next energy reading, you guys, peace.